Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my opinion. And day two of this first test match has come to a close with England trailing by 262. I couldn't put a review video reviewing the proceedings that took place on day one, but I thought nothing happened that was outside of my expectations. India got to 359 for three. There's been some talk as to the decision Ben Stokes took at the toss, and I put tweets about this as well. According to me, he made the correct decision. That's considering the trends at the venue. And if you're looking at the 6 sessions played out thus far, there was most assistance for the seamers on the first session of day one. The reason why it looks like a bad decision is because rather than Anderson and Broad bowling, you've got Chris Woakes not bowling well in the first innings, so they've generally not got that level of threat to challenge the Indian batsmen. And India scored at above 3.5 throughout that first session, and until two gifted wickets at the end, India won that session comfortably. So that's the reason why it looked like a poor decision. And I again, after that point is why I expected what was going to happen, because England do not have the bowling resources. So I wouldn't fault Ben Stokes for that. Where both captains, I thought, missed the trick, they made the incorrect calls, was that England released their 11 before the start of play on day one. And Brydon Cast was playing ahead of Sam Cook. I thought Sam Cook should play so they could bowl the fuller lengths alongside Chris Woakes in that first session. Brydon Cast 1 for 96 in 22. I thought he bowled as well as he could do, trying to bowl fuller in the first session, but then the economy rate went to above 4 and over and he was ineffective. I thought Sam Cook should have played, and Josh Tongue, he picked up 4 wickets overall, but I'd gone to the second India A versus England Lions test match to see him bowl, and I thought he was bowling fairly short throughout, and he did that in this innings as well. Yes, he's got 3 wickets today, but I didn't think he bowled well on the first day. I expected him not to do so. And for India, they played Shardul Thakur. Not only did he walked out to bat at the end and played a very poor shot just before the lunch break, and they've only bought him for 3 overs. They bought him on past the 35th over. He bowls 2 no balls and goes at above 7 and over. If you're not trusting him as a bowler, surely you should have played Arshdeep Singh so Bumrah could have had more support. Arshdeep Singh can bowl the full lengths, because on that topic, Mohammad Siraj went for 23 in his first three, then bowled economically after that. But Prasidh Krishna, I mentioned many times, he does not bowl the full length, he bowls short of a length. And at this venue, you've got to bowl fuller than most venues in England to hit the stumps. And we're looking at Prasidh Krishna's bowling today. Some of them were tennis ball bounces that Ollie Pope helped himself through the backward point region. I was confused about what he was trying to do. It seemed as if there was no point placing 3 slips, because it was never going to go to them with the length that he was bowling. I don't know what he would have been thinking to continue bowling that. I've never seen a case where someone's just not got close to hitting the stumps throughout a day's bowling. And Bumrah, well, I expected him to carry this attack. We all did. 3 for 48 in the 13. And the reason why I'm disappointed is because, not in him, I mean, I'm disappointed is because it doesn't have to be this way. You've got an Anshu Kamboj who was sent back. You've got a Yash Dayal who, when England toured India, there was an England versus India A series, and I think he bowled less than 2 and over in that series in India. So could he not bowl in England? He didn't play the India A series. Mukesh Kumar, I don't know if he's in the squad or not. Arshdeep Singh didn't play this match. So you've got 4 options there who can support Bumrah, yet you aren't going to them. And I just don't understand that. You've got so many players to choose from that you're choosing to depend on one guy. And Jadeja, none for 25 and 9, he bowled economically. What I think they could do is, if he continues to bowl economically, you could continue to bowl him for a while and then alternate between Bumrah and Siraj, because you're not getting anything from Prasidh Krishna, Shardul Thakur. And had that no ball not been a no ball, 208 for 4, then you would have thought that India would have been in the ascendancy, simply because Ben Stokes, I said he'd play 2 defining knocks this series. I don't know when they would be, although he'd fancy going well on the surface. Jimmy Smith is an attacking player, but against Bumrah, whenever he bowls in any pitch, then he can dismiss anyone. So the wicket taking lies in Bumrah's hands, and we saw how well he bowled today, a couple of drop catches as well, so I'm not going to be harsh on him for the no ball. But that's the reason why I am disappointed, is because you've got better options than this. People on Twitter are going, well, what about beyond Bumrah? What's the team going to look like? Well, there was talk on the batting. Skill-wise, you're looking at the batting, and yes, they collapsed out of 430 for 3, which is very disappointing. I expected them to score 600. I thought before the start of the match, I thought that India should get at least 400, but with the way they were going, I thought they should have got 600. They didn't do so. Part of the reason why I thought they should get 600 is because of the defensive tactics in the field as well, with deep points a lot of the time when you only got one bowler being threatening effectively. So I really didn't understand the tactics at all. And yes, he played a fantastic knock. I'd prefer Karun Nair to bat ahead of Rishabh Pant. It looks good now when he's walked in at 221 for 3 against a not so great attack on a placid surface. If those 3 wickets fall earlier against a better attack, you suddenly be thinking about sending Rishabh Pant in ahead. So that's why I would prefer to see Karun Nair bat at 5 and Rishabh Pant at 6. Rishabh Pant is batted at 6 most of the time. So the batting has delivered. I expected it to deliver. Unfortunately, the bowling is also going the way I expected it to. And tomorrow, as I said, if Jadeja continues to bowl economically, then what you could do is continuing on for an extended spell, then alternate between Bumrah and Siraj to preserve their workloads. Because on that topic, Bumrah bowled 5 overs at the start, and I expected him to only bowl 5 because they would have been sweating on his fitness, and I understand that. And despite that, in my view, according to workload, if you bowl a quarter of an innings thus far, that means you've had probably a big workload. Bumrah only bowled 5 at the start, yet he's bowled 13 and has been the second most bowled bowler by the end of the 49th over, which shows how much they depend on him. So feel bad for him, but I expected things to go the way they did. India got to get 1 or 2 wickets quickly tomorrow because they've still got a big lead in 262, but that lead can go quickly because of the defensive tactics. Let's see how they go tomorrow. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, share with friends. Remember, this is my opinion. What's yours?